Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to Inside Our Phillies. I'm Jeremy leading it again with the one and only Joe. And Joe, I know you were very busy this week, but I have to let you know that is what is in. Have you heard that? Because the Padres got swept again by the Phillies.
Yeah, I mean something about Phillies Padres. The Phillies always have the Padres number, right? And I feel like at this point, I'll always feel good going into a Padres series until proven otherwise. I mean, it's really good stuff.
And it didn't always used to be that way. I remember, oh God, I feel so old looking at the years. Almost 20 years ago, but Scott Harrison would always homer against the Phillies when he was on the Padres. So annoying. I felt like we were losing just because of that.
Here's the Phillies and Padres record since 2022, and I don't believe this includes the postseason games. Yeah, this does not include the postseason games. But the Phillies are 23-9 against the Rockies since 22. So you include the playoff games against them, and that's 27-10.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I just thank God we won in 22 and are able to meme on that what's in. Imagine if they had won.
Well, here's the thing. From the moment that That's What's In became a thing and that interview, whatever it was, happened, people were always memeing it. I think that even
Yes.
if the Padres won that series, it would have been something, it wouldn't have been a rallying cry, right? It would have been something that Padres fans still tried to forget in all likelihood.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to make the joke every single time. That's the
This is
difference.
true.
They, every
I
time,
love
if
making those jokes.
yeah, oh, because it just it's so funny. I watched it again this morning, and it's just the way guy in the front is so into it when like Manny's gonna cruise and his eyes roll back of his head. It's so funny.
It is. It is. That's What's In. I don't think is ever going to get old, and I don't think that's an exaggeration.
I mean, it'll get old if the Padres ever beat us,
Sure, and like a
especially in the
meaningful.
playoffs.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if they beat us in a regular 3 game series, like let's say they took 2 out of 3, That's What's In
yeah,
wouldn't lose any of its charm. It would be the same thing as it was before the series.
yeah. So let's get into the series. Like I said, it was a sweep. The Phillies are now 33 and 29, the best they've been all year, 4 games over. And as of games starting today, the Phillies are tied percentage wise for the number one wild card in the NL. How does that make you feel?
It really says something about the quality of teams that
Oh, wait,
exist
sorry,
around.
correction. We are now technically a half game back of the wild card, but but we're tied for number two now.
Same thing. Same thing.
Yeah,
Um, it says something about the quality of the league. Like I think the Phillies have done better in recent weeks than people feel. Like you look across and they're now 7-2 in their last 9 games, which it doesn't feel like that. But that's kind of what allows them to move up the standings a little bit.
yeah, just the great pitching and different run differential still negative 22. It's just slowly getting lower.
Hey, they scored more than 4 runs yesterday
I know,
for the
crazy.
first time since May 18th.
That's crazy. Yeah, so let's go to the first game, Phillies won 3-2. They were down 2-0. Harper hit a awesome two-run homer, tie it, and then what was it like RB? Oh yeah, Bohm with the Bohm with the game-winning ground double play in the sixth.
Utley-esque.
uh, at least Utley would run fast. God, it's is Alec Bohm just that selfless that he double plays to not get the RBI? He doesn't care. He just wanted to
Uh,
get the run in.
yeah, yeah. No, that's you know the optimistic way of looking at it. So good on Alec Bohm in that case.
Yeah, and Aaron Nola pitched great again, but back-to-back game against the Padres. we don't know if this is anything to go forward to. As they said in the broadcast, the Phillies would be lost in every batting category if it weren't for the Padres.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I think not enough people are talking about after this series. But this series is very important in that this is very likely to be teams that are competing for a wild card spot at the end of the year. And for the Phillies to even just by winning one game, they would have like
Yes,
clinched the
exactly.
tiebreaker.
Yep.
But by beating the Padres 6 times, it's such a massive swing in their direction, and it's really the biggest part that's allowed this whole wild card race to even out to such a massive extent.
Yes, definitely. That was the next thing I was going to bring up. Even if we lost this series, as long as we didn't get swept, it would have been a success because we would have won the season series against the Padres, and we're neck and neck with them in the standings. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, while we're talking about the standings, right? As we sit here right now, the Phillies are 8.5 games back of the Braves, who are 42 and 21. Like, you don't really think the division is a competition still, right?
No, it just no matter when we win, the Braves win, and when we lose, the Braves lose. We're in that weird holding pattern that is just really annoying.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's kind of spooky is like the Mets are all of a sudden 14 and a half back. Like, they're probably just going to be sellers at this point. Like, it might be too early to say that, but like,
Oh
I
no,
don't know.
no, no, the Mets are cooked.
I knew they were
Like,
cooked, but I didn't realize how cooked they were.
yeah, they had like a 3 game winning streak, and then nothing. I mean, Lindor's in the IL, uh, and I just nice to see that. You know, what was his face? Vientos was just a BABIP merchant.
Oh, I think people knew those in the know. I remember watching like foolish baseball. Everybody knows him on YouTube. He does like his 5 players I like, 5 players I dislike, going into the different years. And like Vientos was on his list of players that he dislikes. So um, I wouldn't say I'm like too surprised because I think Foolish understands sphere. He knows ball. But any kind of Met failing is always a good thing.
Yeah, and we were upset for well, after like the first couple weeks about Luis Robert Jr., but he might not come back this year.
Yeah, yeah. My fantasy team cries over Luis Robert Jr. being gone, but I don't know. I kind of gave up on the whole Lou Bob thing several years ago. Like it would have been nice to have him. He was so good for a moment there in Chicago, but I don't know. He at this point, I think it's been pretty clear who he is for a little while.
Yeah, yeah, I'm no love lost. It just would have been really annoying if he did well with what they gave up nothing. We could have gotten him for nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the not the Padres. The White Sox, I think, did the right thing in re-signing him for like people got clowning on the pod or on the White Sox for doing that going into 2026. But what reason did they have to not pay him money? They're a team that's not trying to compete, and by not trading him at the deadline and bringing him back for 2026, they were hoping his value would get higher and somebody would want to pay more for him, which the Mets kind of did in the offseason, to be
No,
fair.
they didn't. No,
I
they
mean,
didn't.
compared to what he would
Acuna
have
was
got at
going to
the
be
deadline,
DFA'd.
I think compared to what he would have got at the deadline, I don't know if Luis Robert's getting you anything, but essentially the Mets were buying a full year of Robert instead of a half year. So I think by that nature, it's the White Sox doing better than they would have last July.
Yeah, maybe. But
But
let's yeah. Well, let's get to the rest of the series before we go on our tangents because game 2 was a good game, but also a little bit of heartbreak. Uh, Sanchez lost his scoreless streak with 2 outs in the 7th, but he did reach 50 and 2/3, which is the most ever by a lefty, and he is now 5th all time. And but I think 3rd all time if you get rid of like before 1920.
yeah, just him getting like the lefty record is like good
Yeah,
enough to me. Yeah, like I
yeah,
think that's still something that is going to live for a very long time. Something that we're going to remember. Something we're going to treasure. And I'm perfectly okay, and I'm sure he's okay with you know, still making this incredible feat, even though he didn't set the overall record. And also, he won the Pitcher of the Month award for May, as he should.
yes. I mean, but like, are you really gonna be upset he went 50 and 2/3 without scoring? Like, it takes skill and luck to go that long. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I saw some
yeah,
crazy take where like somebody was like, "Oh, isn't it crazy that Christopher Sanchez just threw 50 scoreless and he is still, the third person in the NL Cy Young race?" And it's like,
wait, not.
I try to be unbiased as I can, but even being unbiased, I think Christopher Sanchez is the NL Cy Young right now.
Yeah, Ms. Rouse. Yeah, Mizorowski has thrown 71 innings, and Sanchez has thrown 86, and Sanchez has a lower ERA and 5 less strikeouts.
Yeah, the innings part doesn't get talked about enough. ERA can be fickle, that means something, but not a
Yeah,
whole
I know, but
lot.
15 innings is basically restart for Mizorowski.
And we're at the point where we're not even halfway done the year, so you extrapolate that out and Sanchez is going to have 35 more innings, 40 more innings than Mizorowski, and even more compared to Otani by the end of the year. It's too early to say it's his to lose, but he is the front runner in the Cy Young race right now.
Yeah, like Sanchez gives up 8 hits per 9 compared to Mizorowski's 4, but I feel like Sanchez's hits are all soft bloop, like, no, doesn't get hit super hard. Yeah, I mean, very impressive what Mizorowski's doing, and if yeah, it'll be interesting to the end of the year, but if we give out Cy Young awards before July in 2024, I mean, not 6 Ranger would have won the Cy Young.
Sure, sure. I mean, it is June 5th, and
Yeah,
this man has 4.6 baseball reference score. That's
yeah,
crazy. Crazy. He led the league in WAR last year. He's doing it again so far this year. And I mean, I can't believe is better than he was last year. He was already a true ace, an excellent starting pitcher last year, but he has like legitimately taken it to a whole nother level.
remember he was quote unquote struggling until the end of April.
It didn't look easy, right? Like we're used to Sanchez making things look easy, and we could tell he was battling through things. He even said at points that he didn't have his best stuff, and he's not saying that anymore, right? I mean, every single time he's out there, you figure you're gonna get like 7 scoreless or maybe allow 1 run.
Yeah, yeah, and also his hits per 9 is heavily inflated by 2 games when he went 5 innings, 11 hits, but only 2 earned runs, and then 1 bad game of 5 in the third, 12 hits, 6 earned runs. So, other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're getting way ahead of ourselves right here, but is there a chance that Christopher Sanchez plays himself into Cy Young content or not Cy Young contention, into Hall of Fame
Hall of Fame.
contention? I
Yeah,
don't.
if he pitches like he's only 29, he could if he pitches like the past couple years for 6 more. Yeah.
I mean, if you're asking somebody to keep up like 8 to 10 WAR a year, that's a lot, Like
Yeah,
right
okay, yeah, I
now,
mean, how long did Kershaw keep his, like, status even though he really wasn't the same pitcher?
I mean, Kershaw isn't the baseline. Like if you're setting the baseline at Clayton
No,
Kershaw,
I know, I'm just saying though, Kershaw won his last Cy Young in 2014,
right?
and
But
so
he
he
was
went
still
the next
elite.
11 years without winning it. He was hurt too, that was the thing, but still.
I mean, Clayton Kershaw, like you look at his baseball reference page, it is crazy. Like the man when he was 22 in 2022, he was 34 years old. He still had a 2.28 ERA over 126 innings, so not a lot. But he comes back the next year, a 2.46 ERA. Even 2025, when people were calling him washed, his ERA was still 3.36. I mean, the man is unbelievable, and he I think is like very clearly the best pitcher of the generation.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there with him and Scherzer. It's
I take Kershaw over Scherzer, I think, every single time. I don't know, maybe that's a hot take.
I mean,
I
both
maybe
at their
even take
peaks.
I might even take Verlander over Scherzer.
Yeah, yeah, I might take Verlander overall, both of them.
Uh, Verlander's closer to Kershaw.
Verlander was constantly throwing 200 plus innings into age 36.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're going on like, who would I rather have for an entire season? I'd rather have Verlander, but I'd rather have Kershaw for one start, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
but the playoffs
Verlander's
at the
Ver,
but in the playoffs though, Kershaw's a dud.
sure. Verlander's career ERA though is almost an entire run higher than Kershaw's. This is like a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best starting pitchers of the generation. And his ERA is still not comparable to Clayton Kershaw. Like Kershaw
Yeah,
is
because
ridiculous.
he had that until he got with Kate Upton. He was in a little bit of a downturn,
There you go.
and then his last year in Houston was pretty bad.
I'm gonna miss this generation of pitchers. Like I know we're at like the
Yeah,
very tail end of Verlander's career and the very tail end of
yeah,
Scherzer's career, but I don't know.
yeah, yeah. It's what we grew up. I remember Verlander's rookie year, so it's just yeah.
Here's a fun one.
Uh,
I have open.
let's quickly just get through the last Padres game. Yeah,
Sure.
so they won it 6-4. It was a little spicy in the ninth because how they don't want to overuse Duran, but they won 6-4. Uh, Adolis gave him the 2-0 lead with a home run in the fifth, and then they got a nice rally going.
Yeah. I mean, this series to me was just like such typical Phillies games with like the pitching doing a good job, the offense for the most part not doing a good job, that like I am running out of words to describe what it's like to watch them because it's just so similar all of the time.
Yeah, yeah,
But back to this what I was about to say. So obviously of like the active starting pitchers by a large margin, Verlander and Scherzer have the most innings pitched. Um, do you want to guess the rest of the top 10 in innings pitched for active
all right, so
pitchers?
is it okay? Oh, active. So is number one Verlander, number two Scherzer?
Yeah, number one's Verlander, number two is Scherzer.
I'm gonna say number three is Corbin.
Corbett is five.
Ah, okay. Let's see. Trying to think who is still active. What team is number three on?
Braves.
Oh, Sale. Duh.
Yeah. Chris Sale's number three. Number four is a surprise to me. Number four is on the Rockies.
Who the? Oh, is it Freeland?
No, Jose Quintana.
Oh,
Weird, right?
really?
That one surprises me. Corbin, as you said, was five. Number six is a Blue Jay.
Oh, uh, b- oh, what's his fa the name? If you say the name, I'll be like, yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Kevin Gosman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that surprises me.
he's 35. I would have guessed he was like 32.
Well, because he was a top prospect. He was fourth overall, and then he was really good, and then just like okay to mid. I mean, 2 WAR is still pretty, but like during the Orioles' rough years, and then really broke out after the pandemic. So that's why
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I always confuse Gaussman with
Barrios.
no, is he uh, the
But the
there's another pitcher on the Orioles who was another high prospect.
but number seven, I'll keep reading through these.
Yeah,
Number seven is Garrett Cole. Makes sense. I
yeah,
know he's been
yeah,
hurt a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. Was gonna be my next guess.
Number eight, Sonny Gray, which
That makes
okay,
sense.
yeah, makes sense. Number nine is
Dylan
Zach
Bundy.
Wheeler.
There we go. I always confuse Dylan Bundy and Kevin Gaussman.
Oh wow, I can't agree with that one because Bundy
But
kind of was like a
there
bust.
there were literally Gaussman was pick number 4 in 2012. Bundy's pick number 4 in 2011. Okay,
Yeah, sure, sure. Their careers have gone quite differently.
but up until 2020, they were basically the same pitcher.
Sure, sure. But like I said, Zach Wheeler is number 9 in innings pitched for active pitchers. Yu Darvish is at number 10 because I guess he's technically still active. Number 11, Aaron Nola. I'm gonna go through like the Phillies related ones now. Number 10 is Aaron Nola, or 11 is Aaron Nola, like I said there. Number 26 is Taiwan Walker. And number 28 is old friend Nick Pivetta, one of the most veteran starting pitchers in the league with the 28th most innings pitched.
God,
Zach Eflin, 38, which to me is crazy because I don't
I,
remember
I,
him
I
getting through
that
many full seasons.
I mean that's just a testament of pitching nowadays. That Eflin's top 50. That's insane.
It is. Vince Velasquez is 82 with
That's even, yeah, okay, that's even more insane. Vince Velasquez is top 100, and he hasn't pitched a full season since 2022. But that was a
yeah,
reliever. So yeah, that that's crazy.
yeah.
I miss
Vince Velasquez
pitching.
only
Okay,
has
Vince Velasquez has
700.
never thrown 150 innings in a season. He's top 100.
He has 766 career innings.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And like it's kind of funny because like Jesus Luzardo is the guy right behind Vince Velasquez at 762 and 2/3 innings pitched, number 83. But I don't know. The state of pitching, something else. But baseball is just like a crazy state in general. I think we could have like an entire podcast about how weird baseball is now with like no right-handed outfielders that play anymore apparently, and
Or play well.
yeah, I know it's just like I don't know, so strange. I feel like it's been like a rise of like lefty pitchers too. Like I feel like more than other recent times there's been like more elite left-handed starting pitching than there has been compared to right-handed starting pitching.
That's what makes it so weird that righty batters are so bad.
Yeah, I mean, some of the best starting pitchers in the game. Google is a lefty. Sanchez is a lefty. Sale is a lefty. Garrett Crochet is a lefty. Those are like 4 probably of the top 6 or 7 starting pitchers, all
Tony
lefties.
Bat's lefty.
Tony Bat's lefty. Yeah, weird, very weird.
Yeah, but yeah, and just for our podcast update, Duran is now 93 away from tying Peppermon.
Okay, there we go. It's kind of funny because like I feel like there's not a ton to say. Like the Phillies are the Phillies, and like until proven otherwise, I feel like every single series is the same thing.
Yeah, either they're going to win by a couple runs or they're going to lose by scoring nothing.
Right. It's like either the pitching is good and you're like, oh, the pitching is good and the offense didn't do anything, or pitching gets blown up and they're like, well, the offense didn't do anything to, stick up for their guys today. Like it's just so predictable.
Like I would just like Painter to get a 2-run lead when he's pitching. Like
Yeah, you've
he
talked a lot about
like
like the lack of run support he's gotten.
yeah, like how much could like it could be totally wrong, but like you gotta think like if he had a lead, he might be able to calm down a little. He might be a little bit more relaxed and everything.
I don't think that's going to make
You
his
don't know.
fastball miss any bats.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. But yeah, I'm just saying, just give the guy some like run support. My God.
Sure. I mean, I think we would all be on board for that.
Yeah, so let's get to it. So we're going facing the White Sox, who are the same record as the Phillies, but I think we can both agree the AL in general is a little bit of a poop fest.
Yeah, I mean, if the NL feels like it too, but I think you
The
compare the
NL feels
leagues.
more competitive though.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I feel like the AL, especially now with like the Judge injury, like who knows if Aaron
Yeah,
Judge is going to be playing again this year? Like, what do you even make of the American League? Are the Rays the favorite?
and like I have like I just don't. It just feels weird this year. Like I feel like the offense is so down this year that I don't care much to follow the rest of the league. Like I'm look the Rays are 36-23. That blows my mind. Like they're just it's not fun to follow the rest of the sport right now. It's not exciting. There's nothing going. Nothing's exciting. It's kind of sad.
Baseball as like a product, they have work to do, and they've done work as far as speeding up games and all of that kind of stuff.
But I mean, years like this happen though. Like when like the before the juice ball era, where it was kind of like a dead ball era too.
Yeah, but like the sticky stuff caused that. Now there's not even sticky stuff, and the pitchers are still performing like this.
Yeah,
It's crazy. And honestly, was the juice ball era even that bad? Like, I know that like it annoyed some people and everything, and I am a bigger pitching fan than I'd say most people. But
it
like,
only annoyed me because it led to the three true outcome of everyone, which was just boring.
I think that was going to happen regardless. But I agree.
Like if you put the juice balls in with this now, I think it'll be a better product.
How do you de-emphasize three true outcomes? I think that's a hard
You
thing to do.
yeah, I guess you well you make it so the balls don't fly out of the ballpark, but that the line drives fall for doubles.
I mean, you look at like each component of the three true outcomes. Strikeouts are probably the easiest one, right? Like strikeouts, you just like lower the mound, maybe you move it back a little bit, you incentivize more contact. That's probably the easiest one to change. Home runs, you either change the baseball, you incentivize teams to like raise their fences, move walls back, like that feels hard to control. And then walks, you're gonna have to probably control like the velocity that pitchers throw and say like, hey, anything over 100 miles an hour is automatically a ball or like something very weird. So like, I think that strikeouts are the really only thing you can control as the league, and
Yeah,
the way you have to do that is by lowering them out or moving it back. People are gonna hate, but I think at some point you have to do it.
yeah,
It's tough. It's tough.
yeah. So
Set it up.
yeah, well, let's yeah, yeah. It's just not our decision. I'm glad I'm not in decision making for that. But let's just go through the matchup before we wrap things up because I got to get going. Uh, t- Today we have Cave versus Lizardo. Tomorrow we have oh, thank MLB.com.
Bark and
Tomorrow
Painter
we have
tomorrow.
Perk with Painter, and then to wrap it up, we have Sandlin versus Nola. I think we win. I mean, it all. I mean, it just depends on if Painter and Nola get lit up. If they don't get lit up, I expect us to win 2 out of 3.
Yeah, two other seems reasonable to me. I think that like Burke and Painter, Burke's like pretty good. White Sox lineup also pretty good, though they don't have Murakami. So that's going to be like probably a pretty big factor in this series, and maybe that makes it a little bit easier for the Phillies to shut them down. Um, but yeah, I think 2 out of 3 sounds about fair to me.
Yeah. Anything before we wrap up?
Nothing for me. Nothing for me.
Just for me, call up McFarland, bring him up. That's it.
Hey, they did call him up already for
A day.
one day in which he didn't get into pitch.
Yeah, but that made me excited for the day. Nice.
There you go. Uh, he can say he made it, even if he didn't pitch. He did make it.
Moonlight Graham, yo.
This is true. This is true.
Well, thank you everyone for joining. Uh, Joe will be back with you after the White Sox series. I will be not available for the White Sox series. So let's hope they win. Go Phils.
Absolutely. Go Phillies. Talk to y'all later.